So good evening, everyone. This is Sheena Ali, your Caribbean college planner and student advisor at the Student Center, and we are live for our another event leading up to our Cut Fest Education Fair right here coming up in Barbados this Saturday. This is our week of events. So Monday we were talking about pursuing a master's degree because we will have some postgraduate options on the floor. But today we're going to talk about that infamous topic that everyone likes to talk about, money, and more so free money in the form of scholarships. And so in this segment, we're going to feature two schools. I'm joined by Shabir from University of Guelph, and I also have Fernanda, who will also be representing Niagara College. Both schools will be in Barbados this Saturday at the Cutfest Education Fair, which commences in Barbados from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Lloyd Erskine Stanleyford Center. And if you are not in Barbados, it doesn't mean that you can't take part in Cutfest, because Cutfest also has an online platform, and you can view all the schools that will be on the floor on our website, cutfestinternational.com. So whether you are in Jamaica, Trinidad, Guyana, St. Lucia, Bahamas, even any part of the Caribbean, Clubfest is for you as well. So while Barbados has it in person, you can still participate. You can go and view all the schools. You can even send messages to the various reps representing the different institutions. We have institutions from the Caribbean as well as institutions from outside the Caribbean. So whether you want to study locally, regionally, or abroad, there is an option for you. So I'm not going to take too long. We're going to kick off with Fernando. Let me start sharing my screen. Fernanda, that is you. You're up first to talk about scholarships at Niagara College and what options are there for Caribbean students?
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm pleased to be here with all of you. And I would like to start showing you a quick video about Niagara College, because what a best way to start this session with you all, to show you a bit of what would be your study in Niagara College in Canada, in the beautiful place where the Niagara Falls are. So I will leave you to this short video, and then I'll introduce myself. Thank you.
At Niagara College, we are committed to nurturing the whole person. We understand the value of being welcoming and caring. We know that easier isn't always better, and that listening and supporting others is what really matters. Academic excellence and student success are at the center of all that we do. We are innovative and trailblazing, committed to working together to generate and action new ideas. A sustainable future for our planet and our communities is important to us. It's about social inclusion and environmental responsibility, and working to create a better future for generations to come. Partnerships are the cornerstone of our success. We collaborate with others to create opportunities for our students and who actively support our communities. Our alumni are an integral part of our continuing story. As Canada's leading global college, we are focused on driving positive change through global education and training. We embrace diversity in all its forms and bring together cultures and experiences to prepare world-ready graduates. This is who we are. This is what we do. You can see it. You can feel it. This is NC Life. And we are Niagara College.
Well, that is us, and I hope you enjoyed the short video. And here I am Fernanda Viramontes, and I'm the Global Business Development Officer for North and Central America, and I'll be with you this Saturday at the Cup Fest representing Niagara College. And I would like to talk a bit about who we are, where we are, and why we are in a strategic location. We are based where the Niagara Falls are in Canada, obviously in the part of Canada. And this is a very strategic location because we are between two lakes. We're in the border with the US, and we are just 1.5 hours from Toronto, from the big city. So there's a bunch of stuff to do here. But also you will be in an area that it's very green. It has a lot to do, to a lot to offer. But I would like to show you in the map where we are. So we have all this commerce going on in here. Actually, we are in the center, in the heart of the Golden Horseshoe in Canada. This from Buffalo to Toronto is the Golden Horseshoe, and it's where all these products passes, and it has an impact of 800 kilometers. So all manufacturing, all retail, commerce is happening in here. Obviously, because we have the Niagara Falls, all the tourism, hospitality. I would like to join this with employability, which is one of the most important things to speak when you're thinking about studying abroad. What will I do after graduating, right? So here you can see our top 5 sectors with highest employability. As I mentioned before, it's retail, manufacturing, health and social care, tourism, and hospitality and construction. And we have all the programs to offer in these sectors, in these areas. Part of the success that Niagara College has is this image you can see here. So I'll give you an example on how every single program that we offer is built. There's an industry. Let's think about the automotive industry, for example. There's the automotive industry. They gather together and they say, hey, we need 200 people in 2 years that knows how to do A, B, C. So this industry communicate to the government give the funds to us. So we create programs that are aligned to those needs. So what will happen when you come and study a program that has been designed to fulfill specific requirements for an industry? You'll be prepared, you'll be ready to go out there and work for all those companies and industry. That's how every single program we offer is built. That's part of our success. And also we offer a hands-on learning experience in our campus. You can see here 8 companies that we have in campus that are open to the general public and are operated by our own students. So you will have real experience while you are studying with us in many programs. We have more than 130 programs. Also, life here is cheaper than in other cities, bigger cities. As I mentioned at the beginning, we are just 1.5 hours from Toronto. Actually, you will land in Toronto and a taxi will take you to your home in the Niagara region, but you will be saving around 25 to 35% instead of staying in a big city if you come and study in Niagara College. You can see some prices in here. And I would like to show you quickly our beautiful campuses. You can see here our vineyard. We have programs to make wine, beers. We have a distillery. This is the biggest one. This is the Welland campus, where all the engineering and technology programs take place: applied health, media studies, fitness, advanced manufacturing. And we have Canada's top 10 applied research facilities in the advanced manufacturing and technology. This is the other campus. This is Niagara-on-the-Lake campus. And if you're interested in study business, hospitality, environmental sciences, culinary, wine, beer, you'll be studying in here. We have our academic programs. You can see the areas in here. We have environmental and liberal studies, business and hospitality, engineering technology, Canadian Food and Wine Institute, which you will learn about culinary arts mainly, allied health and fitness, and media communications. I mean, as I mentioned, we have 130 programs open for international students. Some will be diplomas that last 2 years, so some will be advanced diploma 3 years, others will be bachelor's degrees, others will be postgrads. And something everyone is here to know, it's how much it is and how much will be the scholarship, right? So let's talk about it. The average cost of a tuition, it's 20,000 Canadian dollars per academic year. This includes all the materials. This includes your student credentials, your insurance. Yeah, this includes all that that you will need during your studies, but it's not include, the accommodation is not included in this price. Okay. We are offering 2 scholarships for international students. And the first one is 3,000 Canadian dollars that we will give you 2,000 in the first semester. And if you have an 80% of your subjects approved, we will give you 1,000 more for the second semester. So this is if you are studying a diploma, an advanced diploma, a certificate, or a postgrad. But if you come to study one of our 2 bachelor's degrees, if you want to study, for example, human resources or hospitality, as a bachelor degree, we will grant you a 20,000 Canadian dollar scholarship. Okay, this scholarship will be given to you every term. It's 2,500 per term, as you can see here. If you maintain your 80% approved rate, then you will have the 2,500 every single term. If you go down, the scholarship goes down. But this is a 20,000 scholarship for all of you. And last but not least, the application fee, it's 100 Canadian dollars, but during the Cup Fest, it will be free. So I hope that you can come and see me at my booth. We can discuss your career plans. We can discuss the program that you are interested, the requirements. And if you have an IELTS that you must, 7.0, we can give you 1,000 more. So I didn't put it in here because it's an English requirement test, but we can give you that too. Any questions?
Thank you so much, Fernanda. So there are 2 scholarships coming out from Niagara. And so if you are looking to do a degree, there's a larger one, which will run the course of your studies. Obviously, there are terms and conditions. And as everyone knows, as I've always said, there's always terms and conditions to a scholarship. So and Niagara has a wide plethora of programs. So whether you're interested in trades or business or in the allied health sciences, there's engineering, there's a wide spread of programs, whether it is a diploma, certificate, or a bachelor degree, there's an option for you. And Niagara is no stranger to the Caribbean, and I know that they do welcome students from our region on an annual basis. Before we go to questions, we're going to go next to Shabir, who is representing the University of Guelph, who will also be on the floor this Saturday at Cut Fest. And remember that Cut Fest will be at the Lloyd Erskine Standiford Center here in Barbados. We start at 11 a.m. and we close our doors at 5 p.m. We're going straight through the day, so there won't be a break for lunch. So we'll manage around that. Both you, Fernanda and Shabir, you work around that, since we're only going to be in Barbados in person for 1 day. 16 schools on the floor, and one of them is also the University of Guelph. Shabir, tell us about Guelph and the scholarships available for any student, especially from the Caribbean, who may be an international student, especially seeking to pursue their studies at your institution.
Thank you, Fernando. I think after a wonderful video, I don't think I can reciprocate that. Talking about the University of Guelph, the education you need for the future you want, as we already when colleague talk about, this is the University of Guelph campus, The main thing I wanted all of you to talk about is why studying in Canada is, important, quality education at an affordable price, safe communities, chances for immigration, even though I'm not an immigration consultant, but normally student comes to stay there for a long time to build their, life and career, availability of jobs and opportunity, diversity, high quality of life. And Guelph is one of the top 10 best cities to live in or in Canada. This is a city of Guelph. You might be saying, I'm going to a small town. No, it's a big city, 45 to 55 minutes from the Toronto airport. Before we look into, what scholarship and things, this is what the discussion is all about. I always look into what is the cost I'm going to pay, so you're looking around for a university degree, example as University of Guelph, you're looking from $44,000 to up to, $63,000. And then you're looking at a doctor of veterinary medicine, which is like more than that, right? So you're looking at what am I going to study? study, what is the fund? And if you're looking at the total cost, you're looking at between 65,000 Canadian dollars to 88,000. If you're converting that into a US dollars, you're looking like $40,000 to $60,000 a year, includes everything for him based on the degree. So looking into all the universities, you're going to compare the similar cost or a little bit higher than that. So this is kind of a, cost first you always have to look into when you're looking to scholarship, which is always a bonus. You have to look into what is the cost for me to spend and study in education, where I'm going to the top country, I'm going for a top quality education, and I'm going to go to the safest place. So when you're looking in funding of education, you always talk about what kind of scholarship do I get? The first thing you always get is the entrance level scholarship. Don't forget, ask for entrance level scholarship. Most of the universities, for an entrance level scholarship, you might not need a reference letter, or you might not need to write anything. Example I'm sharing is University of Guelph. Your international scholarship is really high, right? It's purely based on your grades. Students have asked me, oh, I'm a top sports player. No, your education comes first. Your scholarship, most of the scholarship comes from your grades. So you're looking at merit-based grades. So if you're looking at the University of Guelph, a student can get up to $37,500 over the period of 4 years. That's equivalent to, if you see some of the degrees we talked about, 44,000. That means it covers close to 1 year of your tuition fee, right? That means go back to your parents and say, hey, I just need 3 more years to be supported. That's so really important. Your grades is the one which is going to talk about funding your education. Then there are other scholarship, President Scholarship, which is like 42,500 over the period of 4. So you can add and you can, stack lots of scholarship. So when you're looking into your funding, first thing, break down how much I have to pay yearly and for the next 4 years. And next thing, scholarship is going to reduce my burden. It is not going to replace my funding burden. That's you need to understand. So there's not going to be many full rides. There is going to be 1 or 2, and so many students are going to compete. So looking into this, University of Guelph is one of the top scholarship provider in the region or in Canada. So you're looking into that. Some of the scholarship will come with deadline. Be careful on that. Be on deadline. Make sure that you have recommendation letters, everything. For example, President Scholarship has already had a deadline. So still we are trying to see if we can extend the deadline. Can we have an opportunity for more students to apply? But understand the deadline for some of the scholarship, which is big scholarship, we call it, you need to adhere to those deadlines. And we also offer international transfer student one-time $10,000 scholarship. What is this transfer scholarship? So ask when you're studying in an associate degree, when you're doing an extra course in a university, UV, and then say, okay, I'm going to go, I'm a transfer student, do I get any scholarship? So you need to ask. And also look for graduate school scholarship if there's any scholarships available. So the second thing is now more and more schools and deans are trying to give scholarships. So if you're going into a College of Social Sciences degree, the dean is giving you $10,000 scholarship. So 37,500. So think about if you're doing a social studies program, a bachelor's of arts, and you're getting a 37,500, then a 10,000. Think about it. If you had put together $47,000 scholarship, your first year tuition fee is totally taken care. The only thing you need to maintain your GPA of 80% and above over the period of 4. Or if you're going to College of Arts, same thing. If you want to do history or English or political science, think about that. You're getting 37,000 entrance level scholarship, the highest, and then a 10,000. So it combines together for you. So understand that, you also have some other online program scholarship, but you need to see how valuable it is. Your grades depicts most of your scholarship. People always ask about there is either athletic scholarship. That's a different pathway. For being an athletic program, you need to be admitted into the program based on your grades. Then based on how you perform in athletics, there's totally a different kind of interviews and meetings with the coaches to get that. So that is totally different. But you need to be a top player in the league, top player in the country. So that's how it will be helpful. And from second year onwards, that's what we always forget, right? Once we go into that, we got the scholarship, we are going to maintain GPA. But second year onwards, people always forget. You need to ask and look into what kind of other scholarship can I get? If you go to each and every department, any school you go, when you go to second year, your departments offers lots of scholarship. There could be a Caribbean scholarship. There could be Barbados scholarship. There could be Bahamas scholarship. There could be, specific to, North America scholarship. You can be eligible to many scholarship. So that also funding for year 2, 3, and 4, apart from your entrance scholarship. Think about you get a $5,000 more, and then you're already getting a $37,000 more. And then if you're getting 15, so when you add those, students can get up to $100,000 scholarship based on what program, what they do and what they study, looking into what they're eligible to apply. And One of the biggest funding in Canada is a co-op. So out of the 75 majors, University of Guelph offers 67 programs with a co-op. What is a co-op? You work with employees while you study. It's part of your curriculum. It's a gaining paid work experience, 3 to 5 terms. So that means, students can earn up to $80,000. Let's say on a very realistic, say if you earn $60,000, again, you cover if engineering first year cost, your tuition fee cost. So there's huge opportunities for you to say entrance level scholarship, second year to third year, stack your departmental scholarship, then go into co-op. I always recommend students to go into co-op. That really helps them to reduce their tuition fee and financial burden. So if a student earns between 100 and 120,000 with co-op and things, that covers for a psychology student 3 years worth of tuition fee, for an engineering student 2 years worth of tuition fee, for a business students 2 year worth of tuition fee. So those are the way you can have funding, your co-op, but maintain your grades. That's where you're here. Maintain the co-op opportunities. That could be. This is an example of some of the co-ops which students normally work. And, so this is some of the examples where students are getting paid and getting experience and then going back and working with the employers. So this is how an example of a co-op works. It starts from your second semester summer and it goes on 3 to 4 terms. You're not sitting in the classroom. You're not paying tuition fee. You're only paying the co-op fee. Right? And look at the money you can earn from first year to second year, right? First term to second term, you can earn up to $5,000 a month. And so if you have any questions talking about how can you fund, take the word scholarship away. How can I fund? Scholarship, second, third, and year departmental scholarship and funding, your co-op opportunities, that will really help you to gain experience and employability at the same time, reduce your burden of your education. Thank you so much for listening to me. I'm looking forward to see your questions.
Thank you so much, Fernanda and Shabir, for your interesting presentations on scholarships available. First question out to you. I know, Fernanda, for you specifically, you had the 2 options you gave us. So if you had to apply to a bachelor's degree, is the first scholarship still eligible, or you can't have both? You can't stack them? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, you can have both. If you're applying to a bachelor's degree, you will get the 20,000 Canadian scholarship. But if you are applying to the other programs, you will have the 3,000. So you cannot combine.
You can't combine them. Okay, and so for the bachelor degree program, if I'm applying to Niagara for that, is it a separate application fee? A separate application, sorry, not fee, but application for that scholarship?
Yes, it's a different application. Is quite easy. It's a link that the students will go in, fill the information once we give them an offer. Once we assess the documentation and we see that they are a suitable student to be with us and we can accept them, we will submit the offer with a link to apply for the scholarship.
And since that one is specific to your bachelor degree programs, could you list some of the bachelor degree programs on offer at Niagara that some students may consider?
Yeah, the human resources program and the hospitality, which covers tourism, culinary, and a bunch of other subjects there. It's the main 2 we have for international students open for 2026 and 2027.
Okay. I have another follow-up question for you for those for those bachelor degree programs. So if you're coming from Barbados Community College, for example, and you have an associate degree, do you guys consider some of those students for transfer credits, or they have to start in year 1?
It will depend. We will need to assess the specific transcript to see the credits they have, if we have any agreement with the school they study at, and we will need to check case by case. Sorry.
Okay, for those of you in Zoom and if you're on Facebook and you have any questions, if you're on Zoom, please free to put your questions using the Q&A option on your Zoom panel, or you can use the chat option. If you're on Facebook, you can put it in the comment section. I'll see if I can get to it. So we're talking about scholarships this evening. We are featuring 2 schools who will be in Barbados this weekend at the Lloyd Erskine Stanley First Center, running from 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. We have the University of Guelph represented by Shabir, and we have Fernanda, who is representing Niagara College. So Niagara College, there are two main scholarships. There's scholarships pertaining to those applying to certificates and diplomas, and then they have a special large scholarship for persons applying to their four-year degree program. So there, you can't stack them, but it depends on the programs you're eligible for. The ones for the certificates and diplomas, is that automatic, or they have to apply for that as well?
They also apply. I mean, it's just like a process we will give it to them, but they just need to fill out this form that it's online, but yeah, they need to apply.
Is there a deadline that they have to work with for those scholarships?
Yeah, it has to be fulfilled 2 months before the start date, when we have to receive their visa, their payment, everything 2 months before the start of a term. Then that's the deadline.
Okay, well, thank you very much for that. And Shabir,
Thank
now
you.
you're welcome. And Shabir, now the University of Guelph, I know you talked about quite a few entrants. So those are really for the high schoolers coming in as freshmen. And so some of them are automatic. So there's no additional application, correct?
Absolutely. The admission offer comes with the scholarship. So they don't have to do anything, but do really well in their CAPE, do really well in their IB, do really well in the GCSE. So that's really important for us.
Okay. And then you talked about continuing scholarships. You made a mention, and some people forget about that. And so there are still opportunities for them even after they start at Guelph to
Yeah,
apply.
after they start first year and second year onwards, when you maintain a good GPA, you can be in a Dean Scholars list. It could be in the Scholars list. Once you maintain 80% above, there are so many things opens up. That's like 3.0 GPA. They have to go look into for it. Could be $2,000, which will cover your 6 months worth of residential cost. It could be $6,000, which could cover, for your, 1 year tuition fee, or 1 year living cost. There are so many things students always forget. For them, the easy thing is, Sheena, they will just able to call up their parents and say, please pay my tuition fee. But for them, that is easier. Just go search for it and say, okay, I saved $4,000 for you. Just pay me this much. That's a huge opportunity. Students do forget. That's a really real answer for that.
Now, you highlighted a particular aspect about co-op as another way to earn while you study. And I know both Niagara and University of Guelph will offer co-ops. Now, co-op is not someone putting a job in your lap, but I need you both. So Shabir, you can start since I'm talking to you right now. Then Fernanda, you can tell us how it works at Niagara. How does co-op really work?
So the student has to, when they apply, they has to choose co-op. You cannot choose after you get admitted. So you need to apply for co-op. The first thing, you cannot add salt after you eat your food. You have to add the salt before you prepare your food. So that's really important. So apply for your co-op, get admitted, and then maintain your GPA. So even if you lost your GPA, first thing, you lose your co-op because your first goal is to come for education. The practical knowledge, because of the paid employment, is part of your curriculum to give you practical experience so that you could get employment after that. So once you're that, you sit with your career advisor, you sit with career coach. Example, different universities will have different names, so they will guide you how to write a cover letter, how to write your resume, how to look into kind of employers. So then they will guide you what kind of jobs and what are the things available, and then they will send your resumes and help you send your resumes and everything to the employers, and they'll help you how to do interview. Once you're done with the interview, once you get a job offer, they'll help you how to go to the co-op program and things like that. They'll set up everything step by step to you, because that's what the university. We are number 2 in Ontario. To be very proud to say that we are the top university, number 2 in co-op. That's really important. That means we have 5,000 students in co-op. So that means we prepare them, we take them to employers, they interview, we help them settle down in employment, and then now it's students' time. Now the career advisor or a coach or anyone will not come into the role. Their student has to maintain the co-op and making sure that they do really well. This is just not an exposure learning. This is real experience learning, experiential learning. So that means you're not just getting a coffee mug or filing up, you're just doing a real job like your mom and dad. That's why they get fully paid.
Right, understood. And so there's a lot of support at Guelph from the beginning till you're successful in the placement. Now at Niagara, how is it similar, or are there some differences there?
It's a bit different. We have 20 programs with a co-op included, and you don't need to apply for the co-op. It's part of your program and it's mandatory. During the co-op term, we don't want you to come to school. The co-op term, you will go out and work. And we have the career center where we will help you to prepare your CV, how to present yourself into the interviews, the bunch of companies we work with, and the positions they offer to our students. And also, as I mentioned during my presentation, we have 12 companies in the campus where the students can work to. So the difference would be that they don't need to apply. It's part of the program, and it's mandatory to do the co-op so they can graduate. And during the co-op, they will be paid as any other Canadian in the same position. It's not something that you will get minimum help for your transportation. No, you will get a salary during your co-op term, and the terms will depend on the duration of a program. You can do one term co-op term, or as some bachelors it has like 4 co-op terms, so it allows you to graduate with 4 different recommendation letters, or 2 or 1. It depends on the program, but we could check depends on of the program you are interested in, and I will tell you this program has 2 co-op terms, 1, 4. It depends.
Okay, so all in all, you both carry scholarships from your schools, and they will vary. There are 2 main types when it comes to Niagara College, and then you still have, depending on the program you select, you have the opportunity to also earn as you study. Same thing for Guelph. You are a university, you have quite a number of scholarships at entrance. For a lot of them are freshman based, but you still have for students who are coming with post-secondary education via whether state college, community college, or university. And so, and you have options where students can stack scholarships, and then there's still opportunities for them to earn scholarships as they continue as a students, provided that they maintain a certain academic grade average. And then in addition, similar to Niagara, you have a co-op program for a number of the programs that you offer at Guelph. And so another way you can look at it as being able to earn your ability to afford your school is through the co-op, because co-op is real world and you're able to earn a salary during the time. So multiple different pipelines to earn. Yes, Fernanda.
I just wanted to add that international students are willing, they have permission to work while they're studying besides the co-op. I mean, you will have permission to work up to 24 hours per week, and during your holidays you can work up to 40 something, and that will help you to maintain some cost with your work, right? So yeah.
Yes. So there are also abilities for you to work part-time on and off campus during your studies, and possibility of working full-time during your scheduled break. So, but to learn more about that, we definitely invite you to come on down, if you are in Barbados, to the Lloyd Erskine Standiford Center this Saturday, running from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. And if you are not in Barbados, it doesn't matter. You can access the same information via our CutFest website, www.cutfestinternational.com. We encourage you to go on, view the different schools. They have pages up, and you can send queries through that platform as well. I want to take this time just thank you, Fernanda and Shabir. I know you guys are on the road all now, and you're having long hours, long days, and I look forward to welcoming you here in Barbados for this weekend's fair. And so thank you for your time and the information shared. Thank you to those who joined us on Facebook and those who were in the Zoom room. This is Sheena Ali, your Caribbean College Planner and the Student Advisor at the Student Center. And this was our webinar on scholarships. Now, if you're in Barbados tomorrow, we have an event with UWE Bristol out to the UK. If you have an associate degree, they do have a special pathway to earn your bachelor's in just 2 years. So that starts at 6 tomorrow at the Lloyd Erskine Standiford Center too. And you can also meet them at the fair this Saturday. Kabir, hold on for me. Fernanda, have a good evening. Good evening to everyone. Thank you again.
Take care. Thank you, everyone. See you on Saturday.